Hey everyone, so a while back, me and a few VTuber friends decided to make a tier list on every single Ace Combat 7 jet, including several mods. I took several of the notable clips from that stream and decided to make a compilation out of them. The original tier list will be down in the description below alongside my friends' channels. I'd greatly appreciate you checking them out. And if there's a particular jet that you want to see our opinions on, please be sure to comment it down below because I am thinking about doing a part 2 of this. So sit back, grab your snacks or your pitchforks if you disagree with our opinions, and enjoy the compilation.
I need you to understand that airplanes are cool.
We all know it. I'm not sure love or hate it. Gentlemen, what do we think about this one?
What I think about it is,
Of course. The Gatling gun on it is iconic by now.
When A-10 comes up. What else?
My favorite flying washing machine of death.
That said, I should know that they did the gun dirty.
They
did the gun dirty in game. Like, it is way less impressive in game than it is in real life. Then also, you have to remember that the A-10's gun fires depleted uranium rounds, which literally explodes.
It's like they're explosive rounds, essentially.
The game definitely did not do it justice.
Gentlemen, where do we think that we put this? Or do we fly this plane until we die? Multiple sorties? 1 to 4 sorties? We give this to a wingman, we mothball, or we use it for target practice?
I definitely have this plane for multiple sorties, but it's definitely not something that I fly only once or twice. I definitely have it for multiple sorties, but only like very situational.
Yeah, I wouldn't fly it consistently.
Yeah, I could see where y'all are coming from because, let's be real, there aren't really that many attacker planes in Ace Combat 7. Spare for the, the mods and all that. So yeah, I think we'll put it here for now. The A-10 in essentially A tier. That's a good way to start us off so far. Which I personally don't have that much experience with.
Hold on, let me check.
I do know it just looks like a dinky little ground attack aircraft. Isn't it carrier based?
A lightweight delivery platform for nuclear weapons?
Pardon?
I did not just hear that.
Apparently the original Skyhawk concept was designed as a lightweight delivery platform for nuclear weapons, but it was later refined into a close air support weapon. Okay,
that completely shakes everything up. It almost reminds me of like that one Mirage concept that was like the Mirage N, I think.
You do know that the French has a early warning nuke that is air-launched, right? It entered service in May 1986, replacing a freefall bomb on the Mirage. So, the Mirage, in fact, do have nukes.
Would you actually fly this thing in a dogfight?
No, I would not fly any ground attack aircrafts in a dogfight. Really, ground attack aircrafts really should have their own tier since ground attack aircrafts are ground attack aircrafts, not dogfighters.
I mean, we did put the A-10 up and like fly for multiple sorties because it's practical for its job, which is a ground attack aircraft. But the A4 kind of questioning the A4's viability in that regard.
I mean, when you already have an A-10, why remove 6 A's and go to an A4?
The other thing is the A-10 has its charm to it. Everybody knows it and everybody loves it.
Unless you're British, in which case then you get
or unless you're on the receiving end of
of
course.
No, if you're on the receiving end, you don't even get to hear it. We're running out of ways to tell you to do this, to tell you to not do this.
Okay, well...
Why does it shoot it like a spud gun? It shoots it out like 10 feet in front of the aircraft.
That's just how the game is, I don't know.
It looks so dinky in game because it shoots it out so piddly.
This must be against some law, what I'm doing right now. Anyway.
Yes, you've broken about 4 Geneva laws.
Next time we do the stream, one of us needs to pull up the actual Geneva Conventions and just keep track of how many war crimes we've committed. Then also, the year is 2024, is about to be 2025. Unguided bombs in 2025. Fly once or twice, maybe mothball for future use just in case.
I'll be a dickhead. I'll give it to my wingman.
Well, I mean, that's sort of like
Yes.
that's in between, you know, fly on 1 to 4 sorties and mothball. So I'll go with it.
Here's the base now.
All right, lighting it up.
Oh, by the way, how much TNT did you put?
Just a little bit.
What's a little bit?
10,000.
Yeah, what? 10,000! My PC!
Wow, my PC literally froze up from that. That is busted.
Stream's being frozen for a bit.
No, our models are moving. It's just my game froze completely. But yeah, I think that speaks for itself.
That is a big explosion.
It's such a big explosion, my ears turned white.
Now, as cool as that plane is, and as big as a bomb is, let me ask you a question. Can your plane do this?
Of course. The Ejectocito joke.
Oh.
He's
Can
gone.
your plane do this? No.
No, of course not. It's a
Yes,
coffin
it's
jet.
not.
We don't know. We can't confirm or deny the presence of, you know, an ejection seat in it.
I'm gonna be an ass and give it to my wingman.
If I don't press the big red button to drop the big scary nuke, I'd probably fly it once or on a couple of sorties. But overall, I'd give it to somebody else to fly it, because I ain't gonna...
You don't trust yourself with the big red button, huh?
Yes, because if I see a big red button that says do not push, I'm gonna push it. And I'm probably gonna end up hurting myself.
I'll concede to you. I'll put this in here. I know that the Ace Combat community is gonna have our head for this, but you know what? We'll stick with it.
Duck and black magic.
Yes, exactly. This plane isn't even flyable in the game, but I'm including it because, you know, it's similar to the other Ravens. This is the UAV version that you face in Mission 10, except it's like a complete Raven. I personally don't like this. It's a drone by default, so you know I don't like it.
Well, if it is a drone, then it's perfect for target practice.
Give me the remote. I want to do loopity loops.
Alright.
My luck will crash into the ocean.
Target practice?
Yep.
Alright. This thing is definitely target practice. Again, we use this for target practice in Mission 9. Phoenix and I hate this plane. We hate this plane.
There's no counter to it. This is too fucking fast. No missiles can catch up with this motherfucking thing. Especially since none of the missiles in game has any guidance system other than point towards where the thing currently fucking is. Ever heard of augmented proportional navigation? Or fucking APN guidance?
There is a counter to it, it's just that we never seem to have it equipped when we come across this thing. I don't care. I don't care what either of you say. I hate this plane so much!
I'm flying it on multiple sorties. I'm sorry.
I will
drag race all of your.
to perform augment APN guidance by eye, and I am going to use my entire plane as a fucking missile.
Would you call this plane a classic?
I would call it absolutely goddamn comical because the French has a little fun little thing called a aerosol moteur poté. It is an air-launched nuclear missile. Still a regular fighter, it's just that the French decided that they wanted to let it carry nukes.
It proved itself in, like, the Middle East and all that as, like, a proper air-to-air fighter, but that was all the way back in the 80s and 90s. It's like, there's far better jets than it. Like, literally, the next jet up, the Rafale.
It's still a pretty decent jet. I'd definitely, like, keep it in storage in case if all my better jets are gone, or I just need more jets.
Never been too much of a fan of the Mirage, to be honest.
I wouldn't say it's a bad plane, but I definitely wouldn't fly it a lot, so I think I would actually give this to my wingman. Do we agree on that?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
Just make sure that it's not equipped with nukes when you give it to the wingman.
Yep, go figure.
We don't need it. We don't need another pixie.
We are all sort of like Tomcat fans. I mean, in terms of looks, I think we all agree that it looks stellar, honestly.
I'd fly it purely just to look cool if I know this mission is going to be a cakewalk. Ground crew is going to fucking hate me for flying this thing at all, but
Yep,
I definitely fly it multiple times.
Yeah, multiple sorties.
Like, ground crew would fucking hate me for flying it at all.
And are we placing all 4 variants? The Top Gun, the Bombcat, and the
Yes.
F-14D. It's like, are we all placing them in fly on multiple sorties?
Yeah.
Yep.
Bet. Alright, next up, we have, well, Mihai's jet.
A deploy will delay the inevitable. The SU-30SM. If you fly that thing with a orange paint job, then you are basically announcing to the world that you're the world's oldest thing cell.
I'm gonna fly it with a hot pink color. Thank you very much.
In terms of, like, would we actually fly this thing? I probably would, actually. It's like what the F-15S MTD is to the F-15, so what are we thinking?
I keep it on collection just to egg on Mihai every now and then.
Yeah, fly it once or twice.
No, like legit, just every now and then, take a selfie in front of it, print it onto a postcard, send it to Mihai, who is currently bedridden.
Wish you were here.
Another jet that we also haven't seen in action.
Yes, the Femboy.
Care to elaborate?
So fun fact about NATO reporting names for Russian and Chinese jets. Is that fighters will always have the reporting name start with F and will always have 2 syllables. And as a result, Femboy is technically a valid NATO reporting name for its SU-75. This was first picked up on by the non-credible defense subreddit, who jokingly called it Femboy, and as a result, it has stuck for the wider internet. It has stuck, even for the actual aviation subreddit, who also ended up calling the plane Femboy. If we do actually end up calling this plane the Femboy, that would be absolutely goddamn hilarious.
When you called it Femboy, my first thought was, please don't be another subreddit of this being turned into an anime girl.
Okay, unfortunately, I don't think anyone has actually drew the SU-75 as an anime girl yet, so you are safe for now.
The second you say that, it's probably gonna happen, but you know, whatever. Now,
Get on it.
we've never actually seen it in combat, and the only model that exists of it is like a mock-up. We can't exactly accurately rank this anywhere, except for, you know, the bottom 2.
And assuming they can even fly.
No, the only existing model is a mock-up, so it's good target practice for land targets.
Good idea.
Alright, fine. I'll reluctantly place it down there even though it's a cool-looking plane.
Well, you see, if you want a cool plane that doesn't have horizontal stabilizer and just 2 vertical stabilizer, go to the YF-23. YF-23 is actually a real prototype. Why are they mounted vertically to each other?
Why does the one intake go from the fucking tip of the nose all the way back?
And where does your leg go?
Good question. I have no clue.
Where?
Oh, this is one of those. I think this is one of the neural interface fighters.
Yeah, it is. And look, this is another weird one, like, where you can't even tell where the coffin system in this jet is.
My issue is a rear horizontal stabilizer. You're not using that for maneuverability at all. That thing has no room to move. That is
Like,
such a stupid
a
place
foot
for
off
it.
the
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I don't see it moving, really. Oh, that's kind of dumb.
For pitch. I can see the engine nozzles moving, and that could probably help you with pitch control, but...
Those things move far, though. Holy shit.
I mean, I guess you can, maneuver the downward-facing shape on a lot of modern aircraft, such as the F-35 and the F-22. It's mostly there for stealth capabilities. However, due to that giant-ass fucking underbite-looking intake, so any stealth advantage the downward-pitched nose have been completely negated. Not to mention that you are definitely not flying this thing at a flat angle of attack without getting sent right into the fucking ground.
Well, where are we thinking of placing it? Besides, into the ground.
Well, we don't need to place it into the ground. It'll put itself into the ground.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
I want to be generous and say mothball it, but you know.
You won't even get an opportunity to do target practice on it since it'll
Even the lawn dart itself.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a mothball.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
So yeah, mothball so that we can save it from lawn darting.
Yeah, from sending itself into the ground. Alright.
It is a mercy.